Hello and welcome back to another episode of World of Warcraft Hardcore. My name is Syken and today we are continuing the Druid playthrough on the official servers of Stitches. Couple of updates. We made it to Westfall. I continued to level engineering. Now got a couple of target dummies finally, and we are ready to get into the grittiness of hunting through all of Westfall. So the idea why we want to do Westfall is number one, whilst Darkshore can be done in one sitting, it will still mean at the point where we are, there's always an uphill battle. We're essentially doing quests that are above our level, and that makes it a bit harder. Number two, it also means that we will miss out on the pre-quests for the dungeon here, the Dead Mines. And number three, most importantly, our druidic swim form requires us to go into the water there and kind of fight against the threshers. That is to be done in Westfall. Of course, I would love to get a few more levels until then. But yeah, those were the reasons why I decided to go here. We have a couple of things to do actually. We need to get intestines of almost all of the inhabitants here. That's easily done. We just need to basically kill the entire wildlife. Secondly, we will need to kill many of the Defias pillagers, which is going to be the main faction that we're working against in the near future. And we also need to collect a little bit of grain, which is kind of all over the place. That'll happen as we go. We also need to kill a few of these scarecrows. So that is another something that we need to do. And on all of that, just don't pull too many. Keep it nice and tidy, and that's what we're going to do. So we already got all of the vulture meat. That's cool. I still need a little bit more of the gore tusk livers. And we definitely need Defias pillagers, quite a few actually. Let's see, Defias smugglers, we need 15 of those guys. And every single Defias guy can drop bandanas, which is the bread and butter for us. The idea would be just clear everything here. Get all of the grain sacks, or as many as we can. Okay, there are smugglers in there, fantastic. Yeah, very good. I just need to kill a lot of enemies, and you can see with them being slightly lower level than us, we also have a distinct advantage, as the pure melee fight always will run out of in our favor. Need to heal from time to time, but that is super easy, almost no downtime whatsoever. Let's see, there should be like sacks of grain. This up here should be clickable. Strange. What am I missing? Handful of oats. That's exactly what we're looking for. So once I'm done with the Defias pillagers here, and hopefully got a couple of sacks of oats, we can turn our attention to the guys on the field. Let's try a little bit something different here. That's a 3 pull, which I turned into a 2 pull. Their ranged attacks are a bit less impactful than their melee attacks. But yeah, given that they are lower level, we can take multiples of them at the same time. Good, well done. Good. There's a handful of old sec. Finally the first one that I'm seeing. Took a while to even spot out one. Alright, gotta be careful with those harvest watchers. These guys can slap quite a bit, so for them we're going to use Demo Shout. And elsewise, it's really just grinding them down. I'm so looking forward for my cat form. Bear form, however, is also a lot of fun. You can pull multiples. If I would have had better equipment, I could pull like 2 or 3 the entire time, or if I'm world buffed. But I think we're doing fine. If you can pull without any interruption in between, well, then that's a good sign. Good. Mage is pulling here as well. That's not bad. And we're now basically starting to kill as many of those watchers as possible. And once these guys respawn, we're rinsing and repeating. So that's going to be our kind of grind spot for the near future, where we get 2 quests done at once. Good. I think it's fair to have a little bit of a fast forward here whilst I'm going through all of that. Fortunately, very low amount of sacks of oats, but we're going to get them sooner or later, pretty sure. Alright, fast forward. Alright, so we killed a couple of gores as well as multiple members of the Defias Brotherhood. Going to get those sweet quest rewards, and to be fair, let's also, since it is currently Halloween, get trick or treat. Got a gnome mask. Nah, don't need that. But we need to sell. Let me do that quickly. So we gotta trade in the other quests, and I think we also gotta trade in the killing fields and the gore tusk liver pie, which will be all of on that farm. Follow-up quest of the bandits here will likely be down here, where we will need to fight the mages. I remember them very well.
Careful.
Yeah, it's down here. Defias looters and pillagers. Okay, fair enough. Been there, done that. Yeah, we're going to trade in those two quests next, and then I'm thinking whether or not we should just go up here and do the Murlocs as well. I think that's a good idea.
Go with honor, friend.
So, for starters, I think Agility Spirit, those pens were made for us. Although Strength Agility isn't bad either. I think I'll keep the Strength Agility, just better stats overall.
Need help? Have a good one. Be careful. Safe travels.
And then we got some stat food and a cooking recipe. Fantastic. Just can't do the cooking at the moment, which is all good. So, whilst being here, there might be grain here and there. Sack of oats. Just need to find them. And we said we wanted to do Murlocs next, right? Right. Okay, fair enough. Let's travel to the north. Stupid sacks of grain. They are super difficult to spot. Anyways, fast forward until we're with the Murlocs. Alright, we're in the north. I finally find the last bits of oats, and these guys here, by the way, are a quest for me as well. Mage is starting to take them. And we're just tag teaming up. We need 8 of the null pores. There are a couple of null camps around here. One is over on this other side, which again we can just take a good look at and do them prior to going for the Murlocs. Okay, well, these guys we can relatively easily get, and since it's outdoors we can even crowd control with entangling roots. By the way, I also killed a Duskwalker and got some magic dust, which is fantastic. That might become more important later in the run. This should pull one person. Pull 2, but that's okay. Moving for 2 all the way up to 3. Thanks to our swipe ability, we're being okay. Once we're at half, shape-shifting, regrows, healing, and back into it. So yeah, triple pull, albeit a little bit lower level guys, definitely possible. We're just not getting the stupid pause. So how many did we got? Still only 1. Anyways, back to the Murlocs, where I think we need 3 drops, right? Yeah, 3 Murloc eyes. Okay. Good. This is going to be interesting. Mainly because these coastal runners are super fast. Gotta be careful with them. They can also easily run away, and then they cause all sorts of trouble. I'll just stay with the rage. Like I always say, Murlocs individually not strong, but they are a great example for power in numbers. Very easy to have additional Murlocs that come in. Good, we'll take the coaster runner now. Oh, crit for 100. Holy smokes. Good. Respawns are happening. That's another problem with Murloc locations, the hyper spawns. You think that you have a clear path out. That's not the reality. Alrighty, let's go. Damn, we're killing a lot of these guys here. We're just not finding the drops. Last time that I did these quests, I got the drops in like what? I think 5 kills. 3 of them dropped. Okay, 1 or 2 more, then I'll fast forward the rest. And we need to kill a couple of gnolls afterwards as well. Alright, fast forward. Alright, so we're done with the Murlocs after a while. All of the 3 items finally dropped, but we're not yet done with the gnolls. So let's get another gnoll pack here, and then we have a very special quest. One that is potentially the most level quest, I would say. Because in my perspective I could have done that quest like 1 or 2 levels higher. It includes getting a watch, a full bros pocket watch, and that pocket watch is protected by none other than Benny Blanco. And those uninitiated with good old Benny, he is the bane of low-level Alliance players. He and Hogger are potentially sharing the #1 spot for single mob, not type of mob, but single mob that killed the most players. And whilst Hogger is an elite mob, and it's kind of the introduction in the first starting area, Elven Forest, to basically not do an elite quest all by yourself. Benny Blanco is a normal mob. He is not an elite. He isn't conning particularly high, but Benny has a couple of special traits. For starters, I think he's level 12. But he hits definitely harder than that, so a level 12 would, even with using their class skills, see a relatively fair fight with him. #2, Benny has backstab, and for new players that try to run away from him, they just make things way worse, because all of a sudden Benny deals just crazy amounts of damage. And number 3, Benny is not alone. Benny comes with Annette, and that makes the whole Benny situation an absolute debacle. Because if you look at the level 12 quest, you could argue, you know what, I'm level 10. It's kind of within my leveling range. It is yellow, it's not orange or red. So I could theoretically do the quest. And then you find out that Benny just wipes the literal floor with you and spits you on the face. And that is what's happening. You're oftentimes seeing Benno Blanco killed X, Y, and Z. And then the whole chat here goes quite wild. The crowd goes wild because they see it so often that it becomes funny. It's of course not funny, but yeah, people love about that sort of morbid humor when so many die at Benny's hands. Good. I, on the other hand, am still trying to get my no pause just to finish that quest line and get the follow-up. And I'm almost done. So fast forward until we meet that legendary Benny Blanco. So, after I of course complained that all things took too long, the next 2 mobs finished what we were doing. And look at that, Benny Blanco. In a one-on-one. Let's invite this fellow here. He accepts, putting a little bit of a regrowth out there. Benny dies. Defy Smuggler dies. And that guy would have potentially died had I not helped him. So Asgard's is just barely getting away with his life, and we helped a poor soul. Good. Well, I did build up all of that anticipation and hype just for you guys to see how Benny wipes the floor with someone else, and then we come in and save the day. That was not planned, but it was a beautiful script that wrote itself. Okay, so we're putting in 2 quests up here, then the Westfall Stew quest, and then the Patrolling Westfall quest, so 4 quests. And we're currently, like, what, level 17 already? Wow, nice. So the dead mines are coming closer and closer. When you're just cruising and chilling with the quests, and you're not trying to, like, power level, time just goes by. I like leveling in World of Warcraft, and the Druid so far is a lot of fun. No exception to the others, but I'm very much looking forward to actually tanking.
See you around.
So, got that, got the pocket watch, 2 quests done. Now it's time for further 2 quests to trade in.
Well met. Farewell.
Look at that.
See you around.
Got a nice little stew. Yeah, I didn't really get anything that is super outrageously good, but we got a couple of neat rewards, a couple of cooking rewards as well, and look at that. Definitely need to level up cooking soon, and potentially a little bit more of my other skills. As far as first aid goes, there's definitely room for improvement. Tailoring also needs more skill points. The only thing that works well is engineering. We've definitely outleveled our current level with engineering, and rightly so. The goggles are super nice, and the target dummies, of course. Last quest trade in the Knolls, and yeah, unfortunately not a great reward, but a little bit of experience. And I think there was also follow-up. Next up, we need to continue with the Defias Pillager quest line. So let's get to work. there are 30 defiances, pillagers that we need to kill. Good, yeah, I remember correctly. These guys were the ones that hurt like a lot. Look at that, 74 just on the fireball. Yeah, we gotta be careful here. Can't just double pull these guys. Plus they do have frost shields, so that's not going to be easy. Good, so we need 30 kills. It's actually relatively straightforward. Not that much to think about. The question is, can I use line of sight to my advantage and just deal with these guys? Yeah, so if I use line of sight, the pillagers don't do much. As you can see, I can always go back and forth without really hitting me. Is there anything else that we need to do? Unsent letter, definitely not what we need to do right now. We just need to really kill a lot. Yeah, and the fireball doesn't even really cost a lot of mana. I could line of sight it, but I want to showcase just how strong these guys are if you let them cast. I'm a melee. And I already had a gap closer, so I was like literally fighting them heads on, and they still deal a lot of damage. Plus they can parry my stun, which is the only somewhat reasonable crowd control that I currently have, or interrupt of their spells rather. That's 3 of them. I would say no thank you. Lots of triplet packs. But luckily we got a couple of friends that take along the way. So together, since it's a pure kill quest, we should be able to do it even faster. The XP is going to be ass, but the rest will be pretty much okay. Quick kills and so on. Alright, fast forward. Alrighty, after a short but intense massacre in this town, all of the casters eventually died, and so did the backstabbers. Basically everybody's dead, and we are on our way to trade in. Level 14, the people of the militia of the People's Militia. So now that that is done, I think there is only one more follow-up quest. Other than that, we're pretty much completely done. Definitely need to do the trial of the sea lion before we go. But there might be a follow-up quest of the People's Militia. Let's just double check. Yeah, it's the 17, the People's Militia. Might be something down here even. 17 would be within our remittance. We are at level 17, and obviously that would be a good fit. But the 2 or 3 levels that we did since we left Darkshire also will be a good investment. Yeah, I remembered. Pathstalker and Highwayman. Might as well invite the warrior and get the follow-up quest. Alright, let's move down there. Alright, so we finished the next step of the Defias quest line and did Westfall pretty much. I decided to come back to Darkshore, level 18 now, and we're ready to actually do the remaining quests here. Maybe get level 20, 21, 22, so that we can go into the Dark Mines. There are a couple of quests left over though, but that'll happen either in the next episode or we're directly jumping into a dungeon. Let's see. Either way is good. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time and have a good one. Bye bye.